what would victory mean for you in this battle? 24 days of pounding from the air, almost 3 days of ground operations. Where have you reached, and what do you intend to achieve?
I think that it's very clear that the cabinet, the prime minister and the cabinet ordered the military, I think, two main targets to the operation. One of them is to eliminate the ability of Hamas to control Gaza and to exercise, again, such brutal, vicious attacks against the Israeli population. The second one is the release of the hostages that were taking the kidnapped. So these are the two goals, and it will take time. We have patience, but we want to achieve it. We cannot afford, again, ceasefires or any arrangement that is leaving Hamas with any kind of capacity to attack again and to reaccumulate power. That's what happened in the past, and we will not repeat this mistake.
Now, is your aim to completely demilitarize the Gaza Strip? And how do you achieve that aim of getting rid of Hamas? Hamas could emerge, the leaders could emerge under some other name and govern Hamas. How do you ensure that, like you said, what happened in the past is not repeated again?
So this will be the challenge of going in ground operations, both air operations to hit them, to take out the leadership of Hamas, the main players, to take out as much as their soldiers and their weapons and the capacities as possible. This is the challenge. That's what we are doing now.
The kind of weapons that you're using now, the sponge bombs, the penetration bombs, air-to-ground missiles that are being used, your tanks have already gone in. Do you have a time frame when you'll achieve this aim, or will this be indefinite? Because there are fears that Israeli forces could be in Gaza for a very long time.
I agree. The time frame is reaching the goals. Whenever we will reach the goals, we will probably stop. But I cannot put a time frame on that. I don't know how much time it will take us. We know what are the goals. They are very clear goals, and we are working to achieve them.
In a country like India, which is a victim of radical Islamist terror, of Lashkar-e-Taiba and Jaish-e-Mohammed, Pakistan state-sponsored terror, Ambassador, a senior head honcho of the Hamas, was given a platform, Khalid Mashal, in Kerala. As a victim of terror, how do you look at it as Israel's ambassador to India?
I think that, and I saw also in the Hindu, I think there was also an interview with another Hamas leader. I think that this is morally very problematic, very problematic. I mean, it's true that Hamas is recognized in more than 40 countries, all the European Union, US, UK, and others, as terror organization. In India, it was not yet declared as such, although if you go to the tweets of Prime Minister Modi ji after the attack and afterwards, he was very clear about the terroristic nature of Hamas's actions. I think it's morally really problematic to have these people get here a voice, do disinformation and incite. I don't know if you saw what Khalid Mashal spoke about, but he spoke about preparing for jihad, calling the people there to go to the streets and the squares in order to put pressure, to protest and put pressure on the governments, and he called for financing of the terror organization, of the resistance, as he called it. So when you look at it, this incitement, I think it's really bad. Why does anyone want to give this brutal terror, ISIS-like organization the voice on and to speak to Indian people, to spread their hate? I think it's a huge mistake.
Why do you think it's happening? What's your assessment?
I cannot say why it's happening. I think that people are, whoever saw what happened on October 7th, the brutality, the videos that came out, the pictures, and is still speaking to Hamas as if they are a legitimate organization, I think this is already a huge, huge problem. They should be delegitimized. Does anyone want to go and wanted in the past to go and speak to Osama bin Laden to understand his views or why he was doing the atrocities, why he brought down the Twin Towers? It's terrible. It's terrible that anyone about after raping and cutting, beheading babies and torturing people, that you can still speak to them and give them the microphone to speak to anyone.